The International Day of Parliamentarism and the Interparliamentary Union's 136th anniversary was celebrated on Monday, 30th June 2025. The IPU was founded on 30th June 1889 by a small group of parliamentarians who believed that parliamentary dialogue and diplomacy were a better way of settling differences than war. 136 years later, the IPU is the Parliament of Parliament, a thriving international organization made up of 181 national parliaments and open to all 46,000 parliamentarians world over. The discussion on this week's episode of the program Young Parliamentarians will focus on IPU's theme of the year, where the world was encouraged to join IPU's new campaign on achieving gender equality, action by action. On this note, I welcome you to a new episode of the program Young Parliamentarians. I'm Joshua Obuchi, your host. Joining me to discuss this is the member representing Ekiti Central District at the 6th session of the Nigerian Youth Parliament. Please don't go away. Welcome back. As I mentioned earlier, our discussion on this episode is the 2025 International Day of Parliamentarism, celebrated annually on the 30th day of June. To shed more light on this, I have here with me member representing Ekiti Central District in the current session of the Nigerian Youth Parliament, Honorable Oluwaseun Victor Omoto. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, sir.
Let's begin with the international, day that we're talking about, the International Day of Parliamentarism. Why is it being celebrated annually?
The International Day of Parliament was initiated by the United Nations General Assembly in 2018 to commemorate the Interparliamentary Union of the 1889. It is being created to celebrate the Parliament Day, so for easy access and to have an open week with the citizens and the communities. It is a day being celebrated for an access so that the citizens can have an easy access to their legislative, to their senators, to their rep members, for an easy access and for a good engagement within the citizens and the parliament.
Okay. The Interparliamentary Union, in line with the theme of the year, is encouraging the world to join in the campaign of achieving gender equality, action by action. What do they mean?
In recent times we were having a large quantities of male more than female in the parliament, and take it to the Nigerian parliament, we have female inclusiveness, whereby per state we have at least one female must be part of the parliament. And let's take it to what the House of Rep of Nigeria are doing currently about female inclusiveness in the parliament.
The special bill.
Yeah, the special bill of for the female. So gender-based action by action is to swing into action by the female, to have a voice that will be on the gender base, that will be equality between both the male and the female in the parliament. So the action that the Interparliamentary Union is about is, let there be a way whereby there will be a seat, there will be a place for the female gender in the parliament.
Okay. But some sections of the society, especially elderly Nigerians, we say men, even biblically, they will even make reference to the Holy Book that men should be at the head. Men should be the head every time. We can't have equal right with women. What do you see there?
Let me take it back to Nigeria issue as a whole.
We are Africans, don't forget.
As African, let us maintain a culture, and the culture is about we Africans believe that a man should be the head of an organization, a man should be the head of an executive or a parliament. But whereas when it comes down to a case study of United Kingdom, you can have the Queen, the late Queen Elizabeth was a leader, and I never have at a point heard of the United Kingdom complaining about our governance. So
Margaret Thatcher.
The likes of Margaret Thatcher, a lot like that. In Nigeria, we're having someone like Okojuewela doing massively as a leader in the same position that a man can handle. So bringing it back to Nigeria, let us take it like female currently are doing more exploits and we need to give them a chance. We need to give them the space they need for them to operate and for them to be able to be part of the system.
Don't you think that will lead to a threat to the normal African settings, whether home or sometimes
It's never a threat it's never a threat to us in as much that they are being governed by the constitution of the system.
Okay.
And I think they are not acting in the capability of I'm a female. They're acting in the capability that this is what the constitution stipulates for me, this is what I'm handling, and this is what I'm meant to do.
That leads me to the next question. What is the Nigerian Youth Parliament, in collaboration with the National Assembly and the State House of Assembly, doing in particular to advance this gender equality? In other words, what are the key actions being implemented? You remember the thing said action by action.
Currently, the Nigeria Youth Parliament, in collaboration with the National Assembly, is taking actions to ensure that there is gender-based equality, especially the recent concluded Open Week, whereby we have the gender bill currently being processed by the Nigeria House of Representatives, and the Nigeria Youth Parliament is currently actively involved in it, because case study of the Nigeria Youth Parliament as a whole, whereby we have at least a female must come from every state, and we have states that come with 2 females, especially on those states. So there is gender equality in the Nigeria Youth Parliament, and we are engaging this and supporting the bill with the Nigeria National Assembly to ensure that the gender equality is what everybody have access to. Let's take it back to my state. The deputy speaker of my state is a female, and even in the Nigerian Parliament, we have the deputy speaker of the Nigerian Parliament who happens to be a female, Right Honorable Shizom. We have they even have leader of the female caucus, Honorable Dr. Ayomide. So the Nigerian Youth Parliament, through our actions, are actively encouraging an inclusiveness of the female in the National Assembly, such as the Nigeria House of Rep and the Nigeria Senate. And I think this will give a good equal right for both male and female as human to make a decision that will benefit every citizen.
Now, when it comes to state houses of assembly, that is where the problem lies. Do you see them domesticating, if peradventure the bill is passed and the presidency assents it?
In as much it's not politicized, let's take it like this. The National Assembly make a bill.
The case is local government autonomy.
The local government autonomy, like I said, is being politicized. There is executive autonomy, whereby a bill is meant to work once the executive council assent to it. If there is this autonomy that whenever a bill is being passed by the National Assembly, I think it will work directly. The State Assembly works on the Constitution of Nigeria. So if this is put to Constitution, 100% will work in the state session. There won't be any dichotomy about that.
What are the prospects and challenges of achieving gender equality in governance, especially as it concerns Nigeria? From your own experience with the way things are playing out.
Firstly, I will use the Nigerian Parliament that I'm researching as a case study. If the National Assembly can make use of how Nigeria's Parliament is being constituted, if they can make a follow-up to it about the National Assembly,
they copy that format.
Yeah, that format, whereby at least a female must come from a state. Because when I read about having a special seat for female, the first question that comes to my mind is, how is this going to happen? Is the whole senatorial district going to vote for one female? Which senatorial district is going to have this seat? Fine, we have three senatorial districts from each state. We have the central, north, and south from each state. And where is this special seat coming from? The only seat that comprises every vote of a country is the governor and the president. The senatorial, the special seat, who are the people to vote for this special seat? Is it the old female?
What if the female is not
is it the old female that is coming to vote? Is there going to be a routine movement of this position? Is it that this special seat is coming from central today?
Okay, rotational
move stuff. So these are the challenges that will come from this gender equality. Is where specifically is this seat coming from in the state?
Another consideration is people with disability. They want to engage them as well.
Personally, I'm an advocate of disability. So when it comes to if a female is having a special seat, that means the people who live with disability should come up with their own bill also to have a special seat.
So we're now talking of percentage now.
The percentage. But about the female, about the allocation of that special seat is good. But like I said, if the National Assembly can make use of the prospect of the Nigeria Youth Parliament, it will work. But where the challenges will be, where is this special seat coming from in the state?
Okay. One of the considerations of IPU as far as the theme for this year's commemoration is concerned is they're ready to use social media assets. They recommended that as campaign toolkit to amplify the Parliament's effort on gender equality and other legislations. How accessible are these digital social media toolkits as far as legislative business is concerned, and as far as this special seat, or will I say female representation, female gender representation, and female equality is concerned?
Like, how is it digital, social?
Yeah, exactly. Networking, social media and what have you.
Firstly, I think Nigeria as a case study, the National Orientation Agency have a lot of work to do. They need to intensify more on how they sensitize the citizens beyond national televisions. They should make use of the digital media and digital space. Meanwhile, when it comes to allocation of the percentage of people access to digital, I would say it's just 40% of the youths. And how do we get this message across to our age mothers, age fathers that don't have access to digital and social media? So the challenges of that social media will be more excessive to our age mothers and age fathers. The youth will be like, I'm aware of this, I'm aware of that.
But there's still problem with the buying of the purchase of data and what have we with this the present economy. They can see as prices of data and what have you, commodities is skyrocketing.
About that, let me give kudos to the Speaker of the Nigerian Parliament, Right Honorable Aliyu Zakari. At a point, he constituted a committee to champion about this increment in cost of data and everything, and the committee have been working excessively to ensure a good negotiation between the telecommunications and also the Ministry of Digital, the NCC, and a lot. Yeah, to ensure that this data price is affordable for at least a moderate Nigerian. You understand, a lower class Nigerian earning on a low class level. And so with this, we are working on ensuring that we are just 5 months in office. We got inaugurated February, so we have been trying every areas that we think this digital stuff can be adequate and sufficient for every Nigerian.
Are you making use of it in your parliament? Because there's some state houses of assembly that I know that they are making use of. You will see the screen, they're making use of the.
We are making use of that in the parliament. Okay. Every of our parliamentary sitting, parliamentary program is being digitalized.
Okay, thank you, Honorable. We now go on another break. The program continues. When we return, just stay with us.
Nigeria, the only country we can train with remarkable potentials to excel. Let us believe in ourselves and change our attitude for the sake of our country and generations unborn. Let us revive our cultural values, which are our essence as a nation. Let us renew the spirit of patriotism and hope in our dear country. Do not take or give bribe. Be punctual always. No more African time. We can't expect to be global citizens and operate on African time. Join the queue. Insist that people are attended to on a first-come basis, no matter who they are or where they come from.
Nigeria, good people, great nation.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching the program Young Parliamentarians, showing on NTA Parliament, Abuja, and I've been engaging member representing Ekiti Central Senatorial District in the 6th session of the Nigerian Youth Parliament, Honorable Oluwaseun Victor Omotoyibo. We've been discussing the International Day of Parliamentarism 2025. And you can be part of this conversation by reaching out on the platform showing on your screen. Honorable, is the Nigerian Youth Parliament hosting any occasion to celebrate the day, focusing on gender equality and the campaign's objective as it Seems none has been organized so far. From the, even from the national side, I don't think there was any program organized, any debate or what have you.
The National Assembly, I think the National Assembly have a calendar congestion. Let me use that English.
Particularly this year.
Yeah, this year. And the House of Rep have engaged in this gender equality using the open week session. They have a day that they use for the program, and we have NGOs, agencies, we have a lot of SDG advocates that came around, and also the youth were well represented from primary school to secondary school, stakeholders, ministries, development agencies. So the House of Rep they're actively involved in the gender equality, and the Nigerian Youth Parliament have been supporting the House of Representatives through the chairman of Youth in Parliament, Honorable Akala. So we've been engaging in the programs of the House of Representatives, and on July 23rd of this month, the Nigerian Youth Parliament will be celebrating the International Day of Parliament.
But it was supposed to be celebrated.
That's why I said the calendar congestion. And where the Nigerian Parliament is a replica of the Senate, and we are working with the National Assembly together. So we need to amend things to the dates.
And I guess you postponed it initially
due to the open week. Due to the open week and a lot of conveniences to be attached
to
it.
When should we be expecting?
The July 23rd of this month. Okay. There will be an International Day of Parliament whereby the gender equality, everything will be aired, and everybody will know the stand of the Nigerian Parliament.
And the media will be carried along.
100%.
Not only those in the mainstream, but also the digital media, according to IP, because we are encouraging the use of
everybody will be.
Okay, let's digress a little bit, and as it concerns the representation of your constituent. The youth of Ekiti Central at the Nigerian Youth Parliament, this 6th session in particular. What have you done so far since your inauguration? How best can you rate yourself as regards representation of your people?
If I have to rate myself to my contribution to my constituency, I will put myself on a 5 of 10, because this is just the beginning. And we are trying in collaboration with our senators. I'm representing Ekiti Central, and I can say I have the Senate leader as my senator.
Who is that?
Who is Distinguished Senator Michael Okwembamdele. And I have the House of Rep members from Ekiti Central. I have Honorable Fatoba Steve and from Constituency 1, and I have Honorable Biodun Omoleye from Constituency 2. So I'm working hand in hand with these distinguished people for a better policy to come to the state. Firstly, I've been engaging in a youth inclusive discussion across the 5 local governments that comes from my senatorial district. I've been engaging the youth, trying to get the motion from them. I get from them what do the youth need, what do we need to push ahead of us. So, as a Nigerian Parliament, I can only move a motion. I can't pass a bill. So I've been getting all this together, and also as an advocate of people living with disabilities, I've been engaging myself in a motion whereby people living with disabilities will go beyond free education of secondary and have it to the tertiary
level.
After the primary, secondary, you can hardly find people with disability in the higher institution, in the tertiary institution.
Especially as concerns
my constituency. And especially if I can try to advocate for my constituency through the Senate leader and other rep members, at least a quota should be accessible. If you have a disability that have a good result on WAEC basic, it should be sponsored for the tertiary education.
Scholarship.
And also, I've been engaging and promoting an upcoming program. That's the Central Youth Summit.
That brings you to the next question, because I learned about the summit. What do you seek to achieve?
What I seek to achieve is youth participation in governance. That's number 1. And number 2 part of it is inclusiveness. This many of our grassroots people doesn't even know about what legislative is all about.
The legislature?
What is legislature? When it comes to governance, they believe in president, governor, if you ask anybody now who is your rep member, many doesn't know. So we are bringing back legislative to the grassroots. We are putting the youth in the grassroots to, this is what the legislative is all about. Our participation in legislative, we want our voice to be heard. So youth inclusiveness in
Parliament.
So that's the number one thing. We want them to be familiar with this. You know, a youth like me doesn't know that he is capable of contesting for House of Assembly. A youth member like me doesn't know he is capable of going for House of Rep. Everybody believes it's executive. So I'll be trying to put together a summit whereby the youth, you understand their inclusiveness in governance, their participation, why it is needed, why they need to be part of it, and also they make the number two concern about it is youth should believe that we are the security of this country. If we want to engage ourselves to make Nigeria a better place for us to live, we need to secure ourselves. Once we're able to, as youth, once we're able to secure ourselves, then we are securing the country for ourselves. Then we are securing a future for ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're securing a future. Now, with your mentioning some, big men, some big wigs in the National Assembly, and I would like to know who your role models are. Will I say your benefactors and your mentors?
When it comes to political movement, let me put it like that, because NYP is a non-partisan organization. But when it comes to political movement, where I'm learning from, I would say I'm learning from Dr. John Kayode, ideology, school of thought. I'm learning from the governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Biodun Abayomi. I'm learning from the Senate leader, Senator Michael Okwemi Bamdele. And I'm learning from my political godfather, Senator Yemi Adamodu, who happens to be the chairman's committee on youth development. Yeah, and I'm learning from my grassroots mentor, that is Honorable Comrade Sunday Adedayo Ashefon, the senior special assistant to the president on student engagement. So I have political bigwigs that I'm learning from.
Are they the secret of your nomination?
No, my nomination is based on my antecedents. Yeah, I've been a great factor when it comes to unionism in my state. I was once a senator of the Federation of Adult Student Union, national body. I promoted to be the clerk of the same organization. Okay. So when I attended Federal Polytechnic at Ekiti, and when I was in school, I'm a stakeholder bigwig. Like I'm the chairman board of chairman board of trustees, and I've engaged in a lot of activities when I was on campus. So, and when it comes to activism, and when it comes to my community at large, I've been a chairman of my street and youth inclusiveness. Yeah, so I've been developing myself and engaging myself and making myself available.
Talking about Senator Adamodu, there's this thing I so much like about him. He's open, he's approachable, he's someone that engages, but he's a spokesperson of the Senate. So there's no way it will be a fool to the media. He must always welcome the media, and even when he sees you, as just an another person, he will appreciate that you approach him. And if not, I'm just saying where those attributes I like about him concerning him, and for the Senate leader, he has been upfront in defending some good policies. He's so articulate and whatever, and it's a good one that you have these people as your benefactors. As you're approaching the end of the program, what the Nigerians want to know, the person you'll become in the next 10 years, career-wise or in politics.
Let me say, seeing myself in the next 10 years, I see myself up there, maybe representing the good people of the Central Senatorial District in the Nigeria Senate.
Wow.
So, because from my onset, I've loved to be a parliamentarian. Okay. I don't deal with executives.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to make laws. I like to checkmate. Okay. So those are that's part of me.
And the judiciary will also be checkmating.
100%. So I see myself in the next 10 years being here
Senator,
to tell you and you address me like, and I was here so today you're a senator, and I'll be like, wow.
And you told me
maybe by then you'll be a general manager.
A quick one, your message to Nigerian youths.
My advice for Nigeria youth is, let us engage ourselves in the governance. Let this youth participation that the House of Rep is doing for us, let us put ourselves together. You can do it. And also, you need to have a mentor. If you don't have a mentor, you need to be mentored today so that you can mentor someone tomorrow. And for you to be a leader of tomorrow, you must have a leader of today. So let us engage ourselves together, pull ourselves together, and promise ourselves, promote ourselves, and talk to ourselves that we can secure this country together. Let us save our future, and don't sell yourself out cheaply.
It's been a very engaging discussion so far. Thank you for being our guest, Honorable Victor OMOT.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on here.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
It is on this note that we say to our viewers a very big thank you for staying with us on this episode of Young Parliamentarians, as we look forward to receiving your contributions via the social media platform showing on your screen. See you next time on this same channel, NT Parliament. Once again, I'm Joshua Wuchili. Do remain patriotic Nigerians. Bye for now.